Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday and welcome. And to you guys at home, welcome to Talk Tuesdays Live. I am your host, Rashida Buff Bay Lucas. Um, yes, thank you for the lovely applause. Stop. But how you guys been? Haven't seen you in a week. Last week's show was amazing. If you missed it, I'm not sorry. Um, but you definitely should have came out or came on live. It was dope. The topics were great. The audience participation was amazing. Everybody had great perspectives. I love when we can have great adult conversations and agree to disagree and everybody learns from each other because that's part of the reason why we're here. And we also have a live studio audience so that your voice can be heard. Isn't that awesome as well? So, I have a special guest that I'm going to have join me today. But before I bring my special, I'm sorry. Okay, but before I bring my special guest up and before we get into the topics, I am going to shout out our lovely sponsor, Black Storm Liquor by Miss Letitia out in California. This is her wine, black owned business, love it by a woman. And she also has some vodka. We had the vodka. It's amazing and light. We're just waiting for another bottle. But as you all, I don't know if you know, but this is April and April is Autism Awareness Month. So I love someone with autism. My grandson, Davi, love him to death, lighted up blue, all the blue hearts. We wore our blue on April 2nd, which was actually Autism Awareness Day. A lot of people like to call it Autism Acceptance Month instead of awareness now because autism and that spectrum is just so wide and there's so many kids who have it that you definitely should be aware of it, because there are people like myself who try not to knock your teeth out when you don't understand when you see children with autism. So yeah. It's a lot of autism awareness pages. If you see the comments, it's a lot of parents who feel frustrated. um, it's already frustrating raising a child with special needs, but children with autism, when you go out in public, or it's a lot of times you don't want to go to events because of the meltdowns, the screams, just a lot of different things. The noise is overwhelming for them, and a lot of people don't understand. So definitely make yourself aware. Do some research, whatever you need to do. But oh my goodness, we got celebrities in the building. My boy comedian K Ferg just walked in. How you doing, K Ferg? Yeah, y'all give it up for K Ferg. That is my comedy buddy. He's like a brother. That's somebody I could, when I want to have deep conversations, that's who I talk to. And he'll check me sometimes too. I don't like it, but I take it, and he checked me and my sister before on his podcast, and we actually learned from it. We actually learn. So, speaking of my sister, she's my special guest tonight. So, without further ado, I am going to bring up and introduce to you my sister, Coach Dalila Lucas. Come on up, Coach. Y'all give her a round of applause. Yay. That's my sister, brother. Hi. It's like I'm hugging and kissing myself. It's weird. Oh my gosh, you now know what my lips feel like. They do. They soft. My lips soft. You- so, Dalila, tell the people a little bit about yourself. First things first. First things first. I'm an identical twin. I'm a mother of three. I am in the medical field. I save lives for a living. That's my number one passion. My second passion, I'm a relationship life coach. So I found that my other purpose in this world and in this life is to bring love back to the world and get rid of this toxicity and all this selfishness so that we can be together, especially in our community. Yes. Us. Yeah. So we are going to go ahead and get into the first topic because we only have 27 minutes left. So we're going to go ahead and get into the first topic. Are you ready for the first topic? Actually, it's something that you talked about on your page, and it had a lot, a lot of engagement is the word I would like to use on other people's pages also. Oh, people shared it? Oh yeah, I'm sure. It was especially men. A lot of men shared it. A few women, and the comments on those pages were wild. Wow. So you know what? So since you came up with the topic, and I really like this, I said, we're gonna make it a topic tonight. So you can go ahead and just tell them what the topic is. The topic. So the topic is, and my post stated, ladies, you're gonna hate me for this one. You cannot put conditions on being submissive. Either you are or you're not. Wow, that's very interesting. So we have some gentlemen in the audience. So I want to get you all's perspective on that. So fellas, yes. So to get your perspective, we want your perspective on this. So I'm not sure if you heard the topic, but it's basically she was saying the ladies are gonna hate her for this, but you cannot have conditions on being submissive. How do you guys feel about that? Have you ever had a woman who put conditions on being submissive, or have you even experienced a submissive woman? The guys are speechless. They don't know what to say.
We haven't had that much experience.
Oh, okay. So with the experience that you have had, have you had anybody who's submissive?
Nope.
You said no. How do you feel about women and being submissive? Do you feel like there are conditions with it, or do you feel like a woman's naturally submissive, or should they be submit? Like, how do you feel about it?
How you feel about it? I mean, I guess it's a whole definition thing. That's right. Yeah. What a person defines as being submissive, though.
Well, they do have conditions,
Right.
though.
I mean, right. But
They
what
pick
do
and
they?
choose.
Right. But it also defines what defines submissive. Like the meaning of submissive. Like some people might see it as being this, and some people might see it as being that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean,
I think that word sounds harsher than what you would
right.
mean by it.
Yeah, and I,
But it,
I think the reason, so it does, and especially in our community for Black women, for some reason, they look at the word submissive as being right, a
yeah.
slave,
Right.
doing what somebody says to do. And a lot of that, and I mentioned that in a comment on your page, a lot of that comes from women being taught from a broken place. And a lot of people don't even know that they're being taught from a broken place because it's all you know. So if you're raised by a woman who, or around women who have, let's say, made bad choices in the man that they chose to be with or date or be in a relationship or anything like that, and because of those bad experiences they become bitter instead of forgiving and knowing, okay, well, that just wasn't the right guy, but there'll be somebody else that comes along. So they take that bitterness and that hurt, and they'll teach their daughters, you don't do what no man tell you to do. You do what you do. You run this. You the queen. You the prize. All that kind of stuff. So it's like, well, I'm not gonna be submissive. I'm not doing that to anybody. So the thing about being submissive, what I feel a lot of women don't understand is, it's just like if you're submissive to God, then you be submissive to the man. That's the next best thing to that. Of course, nobody's perfect. He's not going to be like God. But if this man is worthy of being submissive to, then there's nothing wrong with that. That just means that you're allowing him to lead. Or what do you want to add to that? What I want to add to, because a lot of the women yesterday in the comments, their rebuttal was, but what if he can't lead? And what if he can't this? If you see that that man can't do that, then you let him go and you get with a man that you can submit to. And a lot of women don't understand, when you hear the word submissive, that's for your husband. Now, in order to get your husband, you do have to show that you can be submissive for a man to even consider looking at you as being a wife. That's first things first. Right. Now, and the issue with that is women like, well, I'm not going to be no wife. I'm not giving wife benefits and I'm not a wife. But you want a man to act like your husband and he's not a husband and show that he could do right. You want him to show he could do those things on the first date. But you don't feel like you should show. Yeah, it's kind of strange. But K Ferg, how do I know you are? Did you see?
Oh,
Did you see Dalila's post about the submissive women?
Yes, I see. I commented on it.
You did. You did.
Yeah, I educated a few people on it.
What was your education? What did you teach? What did you learn to people?
That submissive is who you are. It's not who you be according to situations. Because if you're going to be a situational person, then you're not a real person of who you are, right? So you got to be like, it's one of the biggest problems with so many of us though is everybody want to be the same, right? That's our biggest problem. Everybody want to be the same, and we not respect the individuality. Some women like to be choked, some don't. You know what I mean? If she with me, she gotta like to be choked. Yes, okay, I deviate. But what I'm saying is, everybody likes something different, and some men like more of an aggressive, assertive woman that's not necessarily maybe the way some people deem submissive. Some men don't really like that kind of woman.
That's true.
And that's fair. That's fair. Like, yo, that's fair. Different men like different kinds of women. But let's talk about cooking. Can we talk about that?
Let's talk
All
about
right.
cooking.
All right. You always hear women say that they're not gonna cook for you. You always hear this. Yeah, I ain't gonna cook, or he gotta be all these different things. Well, before I cook for a man, before I cook for a man. My thing is, why can't you just cook for yourself and make a little extra? Now, if you ain't even cooking for yourself, of course, once we get together, your cooking is gonna be sporadic. Maybe it's gonna come off early. It's gonna be a ton of cooking, but then later it's gonna go super sporadic, and brother ain't gonna get no good home cooked meals around the house. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of women
That's
say.
crazy because my last ex,
A lot of women say that.
I cooked for him and I put affirmations on his lunch to read at work before he opened it up.
But now here's the thing. Is this a man that is receptive to your level of energy?
Mm.
Because who cares what all I did before in a relationship, all you did before in a relationship, if we're doing those in places where they aren't being receptive, or we're gonna keep over excusing the person for things that really should be relatively like smooth in how we move and all that. So a man that's receptive to that, you don't necessarily have to leave affirmations on his lunch, because he understands that y'all don't go to sleep at night without affirmations playing over y'all head. You know what I
Because
mean?
I definitely played him
Like,
at night too.
You got to play them at night.
I
How
mean,
it's gonna
but we
get?
didn't live
That's how it gets
together,
into your
so
subconscious, right? You
right.
got to break
Yep.
through the subconscious in order to get in order to bring more things into fruition in the conscious. You know what I mean? Break through the subconscious. So yes, you got to be playing these different things over your head. You gotta watch every aspect of who you deal with. Look at their YouTube. Do y'all share the same shares? Are y'all into the same things? Are y'all into the
Right.
same music? Are y'all into the same
Lifestyle.
lifestyle? So much has to be accounted for. That's my view.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that because I did start out with the affirmation music. Like I said, we didn't live together. So whenever he would come over,
Okay.
or we hang out, spend the night, things like that. So I would play the affirmation music, write him, on his lunch and things like that. But that's because I felt safe with him. He created a safe place, and he told me he had peace, with me. So of course you will be like you said. But if you naturally submissive, that naturally comes out for someone who creates that safe space, who has you in
Absolutely.
your femininity. That now that's strong right there. A man who can have you all in your femininity, Make me feel like a girl again. Oh man, not saying I'm not a girl, but everybody know I'm a tomboy. So if you can make me like make my foot pop and I be twirling my hair, like,
But do you know how to do that too?
oh
Right?
definitely, because that's
Because
naturally who
just
I
because somebody
am.
put you in it, some women when you put them in their femininity, they get offended like, oh, you making me feel like a punk bitch inside. Like that
Yeah, yeah,
happens, right?
that
Instead
baby
of
needs some healing. It's def Well, yeah, that is a defensive mechanism because what that is that's somebody who's been hurt, who's jaded, and that person they felt them getting close and they didn't want to, and they that fear came in of being hurt again, and they said, let me self sabotage and push that away. That's
absolutely.
what that was.
I think we all do that though sometimes, right?
To an extent, but you have to that's where the healing comes from. You have to Some things you have to realize, like you got to figure out where is that coming from. Yeah,
Right.
definitely be aware. You definitely have to know you because you ain't gonna have nobody doing that mess. But then those are the same people that complain about, oh, this person I have is trash. Well, you didn't want the one that was trying to give you the love and stuff that you actually really want, but you feel like you don't deserve it for whatever reason.
Absolutely. I totally agree. What is your take on upset intimacy?
Wait a minute, you got to explain that. I've never heard that one before. Upset intimacy.
Uh,
That's interesting.
Oh, you know what it is? Come on, Dollar. Come on. You know what it
Go
is?
ahead, Doc.
Stop.
Come on.
She know exactly what it is. Come on. Explain it. Okay.
The topic of if a person has. Oh, it's trash. Is that what you're talking? Is that what that is?
Nope,
Or
absolutely
are you
not.
saying, or is it like is upset intimacy like how you all interact when you're upset? Can you still lay down and go to sleep?
By yeah.
Yes. Oh,
That's adult.
my upset
That's adult.
my
That's adult. That's
I
when you
like that.
start getting into being an adult, in my opinion, right? That's when you start getting.
Yeah, my upset intimacy is top tier.
Okay.
I don't care if we mad at each other. We sleeping in the same bed. You can face the wall. I'ma still spoon behind you. I'ma lay behind you, and I'm still gonna something got to be touching on you. You can be mad all you want to. Yes, something. You gonna take these hugs and these kisses, even though we mad at each other.
Are you sure this is who you are?
This is who I am.
Okay.
This is who I am. Yes.
All right.
And we waking back up at 5 in the morning because you ain't gonna be mad no more.
I,
I just said
I'm
you
just.
ain't gonna be mad.
I'm just. I mean, this is
I know how to make you wake up happy.
this destroys a lot of relationships.
It does. I will say this. I believe, well, we were already raised with that, but I believe another, I can speak for me. I don't know about you, but I think another reason why we're able to do that is because we lost both our parents young. So when you lose the closest people to you, especially
Right.
young, that we may not wake up tomorrow is not cliche anymore. It's real. They both died young. Neither of them reached 50. My
Wow.
father didn't even reach 40, and my mother was 46.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. And we were 14 and 27. So it's like you, like I said, it's not cliche. It's not just a phrase
It
anymore.
explains more why how close you all are though.
Yeah, yep. Because it's like,
Because I hate how close y'all are.
yeah, you hate
Uh,
it. You know what? I've had guys tell us that that's probably why we stay single so long because we so close. I'm like, no, those are your insecurities. Stop projecting.
no, I wouldn't say that that's probably why y'all stay single. I don't think that.
Probably not you, but I have heard that.
I
I
don't
had a
think
guy
that.
tell me it's gonna be hard for y'all to get a man because y'all too close. I said, what?
Mm.
We have boundaries, exactly. Right.
But I'm a different dude. Talk to her all day. I'm gonna talk to her too. If she your friend, she mine.
You know what? Now, honestly,
See you or she
that's
mad.
how.
I'm in the middle of y'all conversation. What happened? He said what? No, tell her. Oh,
Fathers. But of course, they know all day. Oh, but just know while they weren't home, we were on the phone for hours. For hours. Honestly, we did that living in the same building. We live in the same building and would be on FaceTime for hours only because she don't feel like coming downstairs. I don't feel like going upstairs. So people like, y'all been on the
Hilarious.
phone and y'all live in the same building? Yeah. We're in different
Hilarious.
houses.
Yeah. I love the closeness, but I hate it at the same time.
Why do you hate it?
Uh, I hate it because I don't have it. So
Oh.
I kind of hate like, that.
So it's a good jealousy.
Yeah. Y'all both play off. Each one of y'all at some point play Batman, and the other one don't mind playing Robin. Like that's so dope. You know what I
Now
mean?
I will say, I'm gonna make sure I don't try not to crack because I get shaky anytime I think about. The only reason I hate how close we are, and I think about this.
Yeah, say something that might get y'all to fighting. Say that.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. We don't fight.
Kick something off. Kick it off.
She talk about she know what I'm about to say. But honestly, the especially with us getting older, and certain thoughts come up even more. I'm like, I want to go first because I wouldn't be able to take it. I wouldn't. That's the only thing I hate about how close we are.
Wait, you want to go first?
Dying,
Oh,
dying.
you went there. Can we
Yeah.
change the subject?
Yeah, that's the part I hate about it. Whenever I think about it, I'm like, I don't know what I would do. I don't, because you got to think about this. I've never been by myself. Never, never.
Right.
Conception. Never
Who's
been
the
by myself.
oldest?
Me? No.
Right.
Mm-mm. No. Right. We ain't had that. Nope.
Right.
Shared a room till we moved out. Yep. We go to my grandmama's house on the holidays. We still be laying on the same couch. She got pictures of it. Like, look at this. But okay, we got 9 minutes left. So we started late. So the other subject is I wanted to talk about LSU winning and Angel Reese.
Hey.
Yes. Congratulations, ladies. So I definitely wanted to talk about that and shout that out because that is amazing. And her cousin won the championship the next day. Her cousin who they grew up with together. So I wanted to talk about that, and I guess that's a good closeout because we have about 10 minutes. And I just wanted to see what everybody felt about the whole situation with the John Cena hand and how they made a big deal out of Angel Reese doing it, but they didn't make a big deal out of Caitlin Clark doing it. And I love the fact she actually released her statement today. Caitlin Clark, yeah. She was saying that she doesn't agree with the backlash that Angel got. She was like, her thing was she was standing up for women, period. It wasn't about a color or anything. And she said she's one of Angel's biggest fans. She said, I'm a really big fan of hers. She said, I don't agree with the backlash she got. She was saying how they don't like how they're making it a difference with men and women. She's like, men been trash talking for years. It's part of the sport. But now when women do it, it's classless. A boy called Angel a effing idiot, and Caitlyn, now I will say this. When people who trash talk like Jordan, both of them can back it up. Caitlyn been trash talking the whole tournament. But as soon as Angel did it, it was like it was a problem. So how do you guys feel? What did you guys feel about that? Did you guys feel like it was like a racial thing, or
No,
was
they
it
just
because some people said she chased her down? I was like, I don't think she chased her down. She was just like, hey, remember you did this? I got the ring.
that's basketball. That's
It's
sports. Like
basketball. Right.
everybody talk trash in sports. She was talking trash when she got on.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like they try to make it a race thing, whatever it is. Say, oh, John Cena. We was doing that before John Cena was doing that. Blacks was doing that way before John Cena. So, like, I don't. It's sports. It's trash talking. It's shit talk. I mean,
Right.
if I'm better than you at that moment, yeah, I got you. Whatever it is.
Right. But they
Like you
called
said,
her
Jordan.
ghetto and classless when she did
Exactly.
it.
Right. I mean, and I guess because it's women's sports, and they
Mhm.
don't view women as talking like that or whatever it is.
Gilead.
Whatnot.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess they supposed to be more ladylike on the court. I don't
I
know
guess
when you supposed to
right.
be at war. You battling right now. You
Exactly.
at war. Ain't nothing pretty
Exactly.
about war.
And some of it is mental. You got to get in the other person. You know, you try
Right.
to get in their head to kind of
Exactly.
throw their game off a little bit. You know, see how they gonna react. You know,
You one of the biggest trash talking in the NBA. They'll tell you Gary Payton.
then right. First of all, then let's not go there. First of all, if you want to talk about trash talking with men and women, you should expect it more from women with all the hormones and stuff. They probably on the court and they period and all kind of
So
stuff.
so they honestly
So
believe that.
you really emotional, passionate man.
So
Yeah. Right, you. Let me tell you something. When you cramping, you turn into a savage. Do you hear me?
so they
You
don't
sleep
think
or
Candace
something?
Parker talk shit. They don't think Lisa Leslie, Leslie and them didn't talk shit in WNBA. They don't think they didn't say nothing. No,
Right.
you listen to some of them women talk that was in the NBA, how they talk,
Mhm.
you be like, what? They do that. All sports talk crazy.
Oh, definitely.
Like
And
I
you
don't know.
also have
It's just the
to.
media
Yes, the
overhyping it
media.
and blowing it up or
Mm.
whatever it is. That's all it is. That's all it's gonna ever be something to talk about. They ain't had nothing else to talk about. Oh, let's talk about this.
Mhm.
Y'all bad probably because they won a ring.
But you know what? But I love that they're doing it because it's bringing more attention to women's basketball, especially the college ball. Because if you look at the WNBA games, the stadium does not look. It never looks how it does for NBA games. It's nowhere near exactly. Football too. Yeah. And I think it's better for me, my perspective, I feel it's better because these people are really, really working to make it to the league. And I believe, isn't it like less rules too? It's not, the rules aren't so complicated.
College, I guess. But they did took a whole lot of stuff out the NBA.
Man, okay, I'm surprised they still letting them wear tattoos.
You can't even breathe in the NBA.
Right, because remember they had the problem with the braids at first, then it was the tattoos, and
Now it's how you got to dress. Now it's no traveling. Now everything's a foul. The game is ain't no defense being played. Ain't
have players that are like straight beasts, rules get changed. Because
yeah.
I'm a better player and I master my skill and I'm doing the best. Now you're gonna change rules to dumb me down, like. Well, if we, we could, that goes back to the color thing because they usually do that when somebody of color does, like the gymnast. I cannot remember her name right now, but there's a gymnast. It's a black woman. She did a move that nobody else could do. Yes. So then they said, "Up, you can't do that anymore." Simone Biles, yes. Shout out to the Belizeans. Okay, I'm sorry. Vault, a flip off the vault, and they was like, no, that's too difficult. She can't do it. Why? Because no other gymnast can do it. Now she can't do it because she won gold anyway. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God. So first of all, shout out to LSU. Woo woo. Angel Reese, all the girls that did they thing, Black Girl Magic.
Yes.
But this is the thing, and it's Shannon Sharp said it great on ESPN.
Oh, he went in.
He went in. It just shows you that there's a black and white America.
Yes.
It's like when we do it, it's classless. It's non-good sportsmanship. When they do it, it's raha, haha, great job. But what I love about Angel is like she's what she say? Unapologetically black. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I love that she don't let anybody dim her light. And that's the thing. I think as black women, we try to fit into society's norm instead of being who we are, who God made us to be. And we were made to be powerful. We were made to be leaders. it's this whole thing, and I know I'm probably gonna go off, is that we can't be submissive or all of those things. You have to find the right person that matches your energy in anything that you do, whether
Come
it's
on.
sports, whether it's relationship, whether it's finance. I love the fact that her upbringing, whoever her mother is, she let her shine and let her be herself. And we really have to put that confidence into all of our children. And it starts at home, because you have to be a strong child to be able to take that criticism that's coming to her on Twitter. And she ready for it.
She from Baltimore,
Look,
baby.
I tell people like this, and I put a post up, she ready for all the smoke.
She's in Baltimore.
And she ready for all the smoke. And then what was so impressive to me, I watched the interview with her yesterday. And she said, I don't even fit the narrative that they put me in. I'm not classy. I'm not classless. I'm not ghetto. She was like, that's not who I am. She was like, but because I like this certain type of music and because I wear lashes and because I'm a girl, I love the fact, and I'm not taking anything away from the LGBT community, but I love the fact that she's showing that ballers can ball and be beautiful.
Yeah.
Ball and
With her
not
hair
be
done.
masculine.
Yep.
She's showing that ballers don't have to be masculine.
Right.
Ballers
Yep.
can be beautiful women.
I thought it was
and
just
shine
me.
in their femininity. She's
I thought it
showing
was
that.
just me.
And it's really going to create a culture that's really going to change the culture of women in basketball. All the way across the board.
Yep, because she be on the court, lashes on.
Oh, beautiful. Her
baby hair.
wigs and her
Wig.
hair and,
And it was this girl, she was 15 years old, and she was like, I love basketball. I said, so what high school do you play for? She said, oh, I don't play. I said, well, if you love it so much, how come you don't play? She said, because my grandma told me that only gay women play basketball. I said, that is not true.
But unfortunately, that's a stereotype. And the reality of it is women have been taught that in order to play the sport, you have to be masculine. And she's changing the narrative.
Yes.
She's changing the narrative
So
that you do not have to be masculine. You can be beautiful. I love it. I love watching her. I love her with her lashes.
Yes.
I love her flipping her hair. I love it. And I love, no offense, I love the trash talking. Because she's showing I can have masculine characteristics. I can play the sport the way the sport's supposed to be played, but I'm a woman.
But as soon as I get on that court,
I'm back to being a woman.
And that's how I was in high school playing basketball. My senior year, my gym teacher at Bloom was like, you need to get on the team.
Yeah.
You need to get on the team. I'm like, this is my senior year. I don't want no extracurricular activities. And I never liked women to this day.
But unfortunately, listen to that. A lot of our women
I used to
players
ball out.
A lot of our women players, and look, this is the real deal, y'all. A lot of our women players who have turned to the LBGT, they've done it out of pressure.
Yeah.
And out of because they thought it was the status norm, not because that's who they were originally.
Yep.
They succumb to the stereotypes.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? Instead of, and unfortunately, they probably didn't have parents who was talking to them at home and continuing to reinforce things to them. Or, they just let the peer pressure get to them. But she's changing the narrative. And it's so important for us to embrace that, not just as Black people, but as a culture. She's changing the culture of the sport.
Mhm.
It's not about race. She's changing the culture. Her style. And men wear shorts. She putting leggings on with.
Wait, she wear her legs like FloJo. She looks like a basketball FloJo.
She looks like a Bayou.
She call you
Bayou Barbie.
Bayou Barbie.
She looks like a Bayou Barbie. Okay,
She
looks like a straight up Barbie doll out there balling.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I love it. So shout out to the LSU team. Shout out to their coach.
No, the coach.
Shout out to their coach.
They coach.
It take a strong coach to manage Black women like that. And she letting them be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
She not changing them, and she going in for them. She's supporting them, And I really don't believe it's because of anything but who she is. And she grew up in the South, which is a very prejudiced area. Louisiana is very prejudiced, a red state. It's not for us, but you could tell that she grew up from a different type of upbringing.
Definitely, everybody kept saying that.
By the way that she handles her staff, by the way she handles the media.
And when you watch her on the side of the court, she's just as passionate as the players.
Oh, honey, she a Black woman in a white person's body. I mean, you just look at how she dressed. I mean, she completely flamboyant or whatever. I'm not gonna finish taking the stage, but I just want to say, first of all, I love sports.
Yeah.
I don't just love men's basketball, but I'm gonna tell you this. They completely outshined the Final Four for men's. Nobody watched it like they watched the women's. And I can tell you this, it's a game changer. And I hope for sports that women start to get paid more and that this is really changing the narrative. Because if they can bring a crowd of over 500, so their attendance was 547,000 in that stadium. I watch it like I'm a sports player, it's who I am. 547,000. Never. They broke attendance records. Okay. For Final Four
Changing
for women.
The game.
Imagine what they're gonna do next year and every year after that.
Oh, they're gonna be watching.
But it's
people who didn't watch are gonna be watching.
It's gonna transcend. It's gonna transcend to WNBA. It's gonna transcend.
Yes.
It's gonna it's about to be a culture, and it's really overdue. It's really overdue. But we gotta support it. Not just African Americans. The whole entire world has to support women's sports, women basketball. And we have to let them be them. If they want to trash talk, they want to do what they do, let them do it. I like it. I loved it. I'm like, get all up in her motherfucking face. You know what I'm saying? Because she getting in her head psychologically.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you have to.
You a shooter, but like they said, you ain't gonna dismiss us like you did South Carolina. She waved it off. We ain't even gonna guard you. She like, we ain't even gonna guard you. All right, but you gonna guard us tonight. Right. You guarding the hell out of us on this perimeter. You guarding us everywhere. Because if you ain't guarding us, y'all ain't gonna make it. So I guarantee you, I bet you it humbled Iowa. And I don't know if y'all seen in the press today, but the Jill Biden invited Iowa and she invited LSU. Girl. You know what LSU said? Thank you, but no thank you.
They said we not coming.
Thank you, we not coming. We're not coming to the White House. When do you invite the winner and the loser?
It's never happened.
You understand?
Never.
It's never happened. But the reason they doing it is because it's political. This is a voting season right now. And
we're gonna stop it because we don't do politics.
No. I'm not gonna go there. But I'm just saying the reason they did it. I'm just saying the reason they did it.
Coming up.
It's a voting season, so they're being political because they need to win that Iowa caucus.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So they did it strategically.
Right. But stay political and only invite the winners. But the winners don't want to go. What did everybody call her? They said she the LeBron. She the new LeBron James. Yep. That's what they said. I saw it on
and then I love how they was in the locker room playing Lil Boosie. Okay, set it off. Right. I'm all for it. Okay, Lil Wayne, I'm all for it.
Well, thank you for that. And thank you all for coming out. That is our time. But before we go, I have to shout out our sponsor again, Black Storm Liquors. This is her wine here. And she also has, we haven't cracked that open yet, but we cracked open the vodka, as you see, is gone. And we're just waiting for her to send us another bottle because it was really nice. Well, girl, that vodka was gone 3 weeks ago. Hurry up. But thank you to my special guest, my sister Dalila. Yay. And thank you. Oh, you're welcome, girl. Anytime. It's like a double. They probably think it's a double thing and I got a different outfit on. They probably think it's a filter on TikTok or something. It's not. And thank you to our celebrity guest who popped in on us, Mr. K. Ferg, one of Chicago's dopest comedians. Yeah, say something. Get the mic. Yes.
So I'm a huge fan. Anybody that know me know I'm an asshole, but I'm a huge fan of love, right?
Yes.
Like I love love. Everything about me is love. Everything is about truth, about love. And you all show is amazing. It's phenomenal. It's y'all energy. It's y'all love that y'all putting out. And more people, we got to come out more for that because the energy of hate or the energy of wanting to see less than or not wanting to see things grow has a whole masses of people that stand behind that. And so what you all stand for and how y'all move, you just got to stay diligent because there's a whole lane of people that's finna draw into that. You know what I mean? It's a whole lane of people.
This is why last year I got my certification as a relationship life coach because what was it? About 7-8 years ago, I did the 40 days of the 40 days of like learning your purpose.
Okay.
And I did it twice.
Okay.
And I said, I know what my purpose is. I said it at the beginning of the show before you were over there. You were over there at the bar. And I said that my purpose in life is to, because I grew up being loved properly.
Right.
I grew up, a lot of people grew up off survival and not love.
Right.
We grew up off both, more love than survival.
Right.
So I said my purpose is to, yeah, nothing is perfect.
What is perfect?
You know, and
What is perfect? But
to spread that. So that's why that post of the first topic yesterday about being submissive, I put that out, and I'm actually going to do a video this week about it because, and I from the comments, I understand women gonna hate me for this one too. I understand.
don't
why
speak that.
men,
Don't speak that.
I
Don't speak
understand
that.
why
Ain't nobody gonna hate you. Take that. Take that back.
Okay.
Ain't nobody gonna see.
They gonna love me.
See what I mean in our affirmations and what we speak are small things like that we say, and then we wonder why so much
That's true.
something to come in. We just told the universe to get that to us. No, what you all have is amazing. What you all have is phenomenal. And just like this sister said, old girl playing, I can't remember her name, that was playing ball. Angel Reese playing ball was a feminine thing, right? Even though she was doing something that's considered in a masculine sport or whatever, she's able to keep her femininity. And that's what all women, especially our elegant sisters, especially our queens, especially our, and I don't even like queens, especially our empresses, right? Who understand moving in a different manner, right? Because not really checking, but just I can't allow you to. Okay, I can accept that. I can accept that. Yeah, I can't accept checking, but I can accept and correcting and teaching, because if we ain't teaching and carving on each other, then what are we doing, right?
To learn.
So here's my biggest thing. Everybody I'm around, they either putting air up under my wings or a brick on top of my head, and I need to hurry up and figure it out.
That's
right? Everybody around me, they either putting air up under my wings or a brick on top of my head. And I need to figure it out quick, because sometimes they'll look like they putting air up under my wings when they really putting a brick on top of my head. And somebody sometimes can feel like they putting a brick on top of my head when they really putting air up under my wings. I appreciate that. Respect, huh?
No, I'm just saying, when you first get it, and then you gotta go.
It could to someone, and it depends on your vibration, right? It depends on where you vibrating at in life. It can feel like whatever. That's the whole thing about constructive criticism. We could just focus on criticism and leave out constructive. Now, he's a critical person. Instead of realizing that he's a critical person that gives you elements to build a better you, we won't use that part, right? So you got to pick it off. But nevertheless, I know y'all show gotta go, but I love y'all so much, and I love what y'all doing, and I think that y'all pushing a huge envelope for a lot of oppressed, strong women who got to deal with all of the music industry and how you supposed to be and how you supposed to say the hell with this and how you supposed to be in certain manners, and you all live in y'all femininity, and I admire that. So I just wanted to make sure that we got that out as well. All right. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for being my guest, and thank you for being me. Anytime, girl. Well, your mom and daddy did that, but okay. But thank you guys. Make sure you guys tune in and come out live to be a part of the studio audience. We have food. We have a chef here. We have a full bar. Heavenly Occasions is one of the best venues on the south side of Chicago. Shamika said it herself, and she didn't tell no lies when she said it. You see the side. It's a beautiful event place. Tomorrow, heavenly, okay, and it's definitely heavenly, because I will say, from the time I started coming here, the energy, yes, the energy is great. And we'll be here tomorrow night for game night. I'm Rashida Harvey, because I host Family Feud. So make sure you guys come out to that. They have event. You can book events for the weekend. It's all kind of stuff you can do. Place is lovely and beautiful, and the owners and the staff are beautiful as well. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next weekend, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Good night.
Good night.